going to start with a question, Alec. Why are stainless steel solutions required?
Yeah, really, you know, as it says on the tin, really for specialist applications. And there are two sort of key drivers behind that. The first is the environment. You know, is it wet, dirty, chemicals, washdown type of applications? And the second is regulatory demands. So particularly in pharmaceutical and food type applications, there needs to be a certain sort of hygienic standard for the materials your machines are made out of. Okay.
Very well put. Let's look at some of the challenges that some people might associate with using stainless. First of all, there'll be a perceived cost with that. Secondly, I think it's very important that the specification of the grade of the stainless steel is correct. And last but not least, the processing.
Yeah, and really all of those three things are very much interlinked. When you look at the cost of the material up front, you know, the stainless steel has much sort of high grade of materials involved in its composition, and there's many different specifications of stainless steel giving you different properties depending on the application, but also the processing of that stainless steel can take longer than the comparable sort of carbon steels. If you've ever taken a saw or a file to a piece of stainless steel, you'll know it's pretty tough stuff to deal with.
No, absolutely so. Yeah. Okay, well explained. Let's start then, with the SL2. Let's look at the basic additions, Alec.
Yeah, so as I said a couple of minutes ago, the SL2 range, we've really sort of taken influence from our flagship GV3 range, which has given designers and engineers an unparalleled level of options in terms of how they can configure their designs. And that's what we try to sort of bring into SL2 because we're recognising that there is more demand in these specialist industries and applications where you need those design choices. So one of the first things that we've included is a full range of single edge stainless steel slides in the spacer format. And so this means that you can mount it on pretty much any surface without any sort of specialist preparation. The single edge slides can be separated by considerable distance. That gives you flexibility in terms of where you position the bearings which take the load, enables you to create a larger platform and also increase your moment capacity. In addition, those single edge slides can include an integrated rack, so it gives you a nice little simple drive option for as long as you need. And we've also provided a range of racks for our double edge slides as well. Complete, of course, with stainless steel pinions.
Absolutely. I think it's worth mentioning the point when you talk about we've increased the number of sizes. We've now included the size 20 size of slide, which is usually used in conjunction with a size 18 diameter bearing. We know how successful that's been in GV3 because it hits that sweet spot of the envelope, of the space envelope. And with available capacity, with high capacity as well. So that's a very welcome inclusion to the SL2 range. I will just make the point here that we're talking about the V system, so that the V system and the associated features and benefits that we've talked about many times before, and you can of course find those on our website. So going beyond the basic additions, let's talk about compliance, Alec. What are we offering on compliance now with SL2?
Yeah, and again, taking influence from GV3, we know that there's been the compliance options within that range offer designers an easy way to sort of cut costs on their design and particularly the installation. If you're aligning guides, in parallel particularly, if you don't have some sort of compliance built in, because our systems are zero play, then you have to make sure that all the supporting framework is incredibly accurate. So
precision costs money.
yeah, exactly. So why make life difficult for yourself? And we can include these compliance options in stainless steel. So we've got stainless steel floating bearings. So these are bearings that have a degree of axial float. Okay, and in addition, we've also included our range of flat tracks. So flat tracks and the flat track rollers, both in wide and narrow format. And that really sort of allows you to position guides, and you could potentially have up to a few millimetres of misalignment, and this thing will still run.
Absolutely
So it's taking away a lot of the headaches that designers can sometimes face.
I was going to use the word headaches myself. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's great. Any additional features that we've now included?
So we've also included a removable carriage as well. So you think about if you're designing a system where the carriage or the guide is running between bulkheads in a machine, or it's inaccessible, instead of having to strip one end of the machine out to take the carriage off, we've got the double eccentric bearings on the carriage, which basically allows you to back them right off and lift the carriage from the top.
Absolutely right. For instance, as well, on very long process lines with multiple carriages where you can't just haven't got the option to run it off the end. And again, we'll be touching on stainless steel ring and track next. But again, that's a continuous system without the option of an end to roll it off. So again, a removable carriage is a very, very cost-effective and viable option under those circumstances. Let's talk about scientific applications or more specific applications, maybe with high temperature, low temperature, or even vacuum environments.
Yeah, and really, again, talking about very specialised applications. When you look at vacuum type environments, then you need to make sure that the bearing doesn't have any sort of traps for air and gas, so we make sure it's a fully ported design. The actual construction of the bearing is fully stainless steel. We don't have any sort of nylon cages or anything like that within the bearing. And we also include a specialist vacuum specification grease. With the high and low temperature options, again, particular high temperature, you need an all sort of steel, stainless steel construction, specialist lubricants, and those bearings will allow us to cover a range of -50 degrees C up to plus 210 degrees C. So really quite a broad spectrum.
Absolutely, a very comprehensive range of temperatures there. I don't need to say it, but I will. All of these additions and information on those are available on our website under SL2, so please go there if you want to find out more information. That brings us to the end of SL2. I'm also going to make the point that we have a wide range of products within the Hepco portfolio. We've talked about these before, and pretty much all of them do have already stainless steel options. So please don't feel you're limited to SL2.